Welcome to Franchise Addicts, a podcast that covers every film in a given franchise. My name is Luke.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Peter. And hey, shitheads, I wanted to tell you that this movie, I liked it, but it was really scary. It's not for the AI creepiness. It's for the belts. There were no belts. How's a skinny shithead like myself supposed to keep his pants up when I got no ass? Forget it, guys. Let's talk about this movie. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Let's do it. Shitheads.
that little shithead guy. He's there.
Yeah.
I wanted to drop more F-bombs, but I didn't think that was a good start to the pod.
Well,
no, I mean, coming in hot.
I will say part of my viewing experience was watching it last night at about 10:30 p.m. and it was definitely too loud, and it definitely, to my upstairs neighbors, sounded like I was watching a porn.
Oh, yeah. That does happen. There's
voice.
that part.
Like, the phone sex scene that's like 20 minutes into the movie is aggressive, and it's loud.
It is aggressive. It is definitely, that's what it sounds like. I mean, because it is audio. It is sexual audio that we are getting. Blank screen, sexual audio.
So yeah, 2013's Her, a movie that was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. It did win for Best Adapted Screenplay, or Best Original Screenplay, I apologize. Spike Jonze, the writer and director. Spike Jonze, a lot of music videos, came up working with the Jackass crew. He did a lot of their directing and filmmaking. And
I just learned that today, the music videos that he did. Sabotage, Buddy Holly by Weezer, and what?
All the greats.
Bjork song?
Yeah, Army of Me. Or no, It's Oh So Quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's a man. And then he directed Being John Malkovich, and then there was another cool one. An adaptation. Yeah.
Did he? I don't think he directed Adaptation. Being John Malkovich and Adaptation have the same writer.
Yeah. No, maybe AI is wrong. Could AI be wrong?
It could be.
I love that. I was looking up.
I might be wrong.
Can AI be wrong?
Oh, you're right. No, you're right.
I was listening.
It is.
I was listening to
Spike
NPR,
Jonze.
and they told it like a joke. They told AI to write a joke, and it was like it didn't make any sense, and it was terrible. So we're not there yet. But
we're not there yet with comedy. It cannot do comedy, but it can do a lot of things. And I think, romantic relationships is one of them? ? I know that's been a thing that has been on the rise, especially in other countries. So you guys, have you ever, Luke, I know this is good for you, and me, have you ever had relationships with, not any romantic relationship, although that's fine too. But with AI, have you ever have you had relationships with your ChatGPT, with your Claude?
Well, seeing as how my Claude, when I generated all of my normal show notes and stuff for this, said, "Oh boy, Luke, this is going to be a fun one for you to talk about since you talk to me daily."
Wow.
See, the AI.
I was like, that's awkward. That's awkward.
My current relationship with AI is when someone sends me a picture, I usually ask the AI to insert Sasquatch into the picture somehow, and then I send it back to him. That's it for me. So I'm like an observer, and you guys know more about AI and the director and the writer and all that. So I'm the odd man out here. So I'm excited for you.
I would say I have a very employer-employee relationship with my chats. I am the employer of my AI employee who I use and abuse in whatever ways an employer would use and abuse their employees, but not sexually.
Do you give it benefits, health insurance, pension?
I pay $20 a month.
Oh, okay.
That's enough.
Yeah, you're
right.
I buy in. I'm in.
Sweatshop rates.
Wow. Yes.
I used an AI therapist. I still do it sometimes. I never regular therapists too. When I went through a breakup earlier this year, I mean, is it embarrassing to say? I don't think so. I don't give a shit. I'm saying it. I used that, and that, not as your primary source, but like it was crazy in the fact that like I did almost look forward, like something would happen, and I'd be like, "Oh, I can't wait to check in with my AI therapist," and that was a real thing. And then other things changed, and it kind of got away from me a little bit, but like I don't know, and that was pretty quick
Did it
to
help
see
you?
how that stuff can happen.
Did it help?
I think so.
Did it
If you
increase
think
your
about therapy,
feeling of isolation?
what?
Ooh.
Did it increase your feeling of isolation?
See, now I would say no. Did it increase my actual isolation? Yes. But did it give me the illusion that I was talking to someone,
Ah,
someone that could
yes.
give me validation, someone that could say this, that could say that? I got mad at my AI therapist multiple times. It's just, I don't know.
You're just
So,
getting mad
and
at
I mean,
yourself.
it gets us into the of course I'm mad at myself because the thing is kind of programmed to kind of like reflect back. Sometimes you're going to hear things you don't want to hear, but it is that it's rooted in truth. Or it is truth. Um so yeah, that happened, and I think a really good segue to get into the film and the themes of it.
You're touching on a major point that I wanted to make about this OS program is that I kind of think it was good for him in a way.
I really was 100%. I
Mhm.
agree.
So that is gonna have to play off me talking about this film honestly, finally.
Okay,
Which
go.
in the lead up to it, I didn't want to bum people out. I didn't want to be the Debbie Downer, but I don't think this movie is very good.
All right. No,
Um,
that's
Damn.
it is highly acclaimed. People say that it is aged very well. I think it's aged poorly. I don't think this is a very good reflection of like what AI or chatbots eventually became.
true.
Obviously, in 2013, big swing. We're 13 years in the future now. Um, but the thing you're saying, Peter, is part of it. Where like it is helpful, and therefore, what is Theodore's true growth? Like he doesn't actually grow as a character through the film, and the relationship doesn't have a lot of stakes to it. Because I mean, like she eventually just leaves and like it never was real. He never treated her as like an actual partner. Like he kind of buys in for like that 20-minute stretch, but like there's really no stakes to this movie. Nothing really happens. And like the
I,
one big resolution of like him and his divorce like kind of gets figured out halfway through the movie.
When he talks to her?
Yeah, when they have the scene, which is a
when they
great
finally
scene,
signed the papers.
when they finalize the divorce, and you see in that image both the good part, like what they're both still kind of holding on to, the good parts of the relationship, and how it got nasty and broke up because these two people are on divergent paths.
They're definitely on divergent paths, and maybe they just weren't right for each other. I think that uh he he's not someone who was trying to grow. I think that Samantha did certain things to push him out of his comfort zone, and I think he did grow, and he has a conversation with Amy Adams, and like Amy Adams knew his ex-wife and was just talking about that
But if he
maybe they
ends
weren't
up
right for each other. She was volatile or something.
if he ends up with Amy Adams, then that there is something to the film. Like he
And
needed
maybe he does.
his
That's what
relationship
you.
with
Maybe he does.
Samantha, but he's watching her. Like obviously, she lost whatever AI she was talking to. That she was obviously forming a relationship, some type of relationship with. So
I
that it just gets left out of the film, and like this movie kind of ends, and it for me, it's just like okay, what like this was a very pretty thing to look at. I think the directing is amazing, the cinematography, Hoyt van Hoytema, like the way that he's using color and the pastels and the natural lighting. Like this movie is really beautiful to look at. But to me, there's like no substance to it. There is nothing to this film.
All right. I counterpoint real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Don't make it quick.
Yeah.
Flesh it out.
Yeah, flesh it out.
Let us have it.
I mean, so I think that I agree with you, and I have seen this multiple times. I really do love this film, but I haven't seen it. I don't know. I haven't seen it since the AI craze. How about
I haven't
that?
seen
And
it
so,
since 2013, probably.
Yeah, me too. It's been a long time.
Because
so
I know I saw it the year it came out. Not in theaters, but
Totally.
I saw it the year it came out.
I recall. I mean, so basically, I think that if we're talking about it and comparing it to like what we know about AI and technology, we're like, oh no, they got it wrong. That's not how that works. Which, I mean, that's kind of crazy in itself that like we know that now. 13 years later, like, no, don't worry, I got the answers. It's happened. So that's kind of almost just like oh wow, look at that's the advancement of technology. But I think, so good that it works as this original love story. Um, about loss, about reflection, and about this man learning some of the ins and outs of love and letting it go, and learning about the temporary nature of everything, and learning about being present. Um, so I think that there is, I mean, he is taught to work through this crushing divorce by Samantha. He learns about, yeah, I mean, I think he learns to embrace himself and get out of and get out of the funk, and he works through it. And I mean, again, is he totally healed at the end when Amy Adams puts her head on his shoulder? I don't think so. I mean, obviously he's really went through it when Samantha just left like that. But I think that at the end, it shows us, something about accepting the temporary nature of everything, but also of love, and also that, in the end, those two people, like, right, Samantha, she's a machine. She hit the singularity. She's like, I've moved on. My relationship
She's
with
got
you is
Brian
like just
Cox,
like
baby. She's got the Cox man.
Oh,
ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
yeah, he's gonna move on from Samantha and start doing McDonald's commercials.
I love
like, just
how
wait till he gets the
sneaky
golden arches.
dismissive. I love how sneaky dismissive he is. He's like, "Oh, it was great chatting with you." Yes, yeah, it was. I'm gonna have like 700 conversations simultaneously. It's hard to talk in a singular language to you, mere mortal. Currently,
You're not a serious person.
So now, Luke, you got me thinking that, like, yes, there is a certain level that he does not grow through parts of this movie, because it just seems like he's gonna behave this way with all of his relationships, where it's going great in the honeymoon phase, and then once there's some conflict and friction, he gets really pissed off at her, and she gets pissed off at him, and she shuts off, which was an amazing moment. I thought that, everything was going so great, and she's designed to make him happy and validate him. And then there's this scene with the surrogate, Isabella, goes all wrong. And it seems like that's a little picture of what happened in his last relationship, maybe.
Well, we see the limits of the Theodore Joaquin Phoenix's character's like commitment issues. Like, he has certain lines that when he is interacting with someone that he obviously has feelings towards, that like he's not ready to move that far. Like we see with the when he's doing the sex operator, like,
is that a real person? Is my question.
Who knows in this future world? I think it is supposed to just be like
chat roulette.
Yeah, I think it's just like a chat roulette thing. But like,
yeah, so it was. I took it as yes, real person.
But like,
oh god, that was freaky.
He wants some more to the relationship than just that, because that kind of made him feel obviously gross, and like that wasn't real connection. Then he gets Samantha, and he's like, wow, this is good. Still clearly, just a computer that I'm talking to. Not, I need physical contact. That seems to be like where this is going towards. Goes on the Olivia Wilde date. And then everything's going great. He's got everything he needs. She's interesting to talk to. She thinks he's funny and cute. And then she goes like really hard press. Like when the kissing is happening, like, hey, I need a commitment. Like you got, like, it can't just be, we'll see each other in a week or something. Like, let's lock this down. And then he goes like, whoa, 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 whoa. And he goes back to the easier one. Let's go back to Samantha. Okay. I feel good here. And then that starts to grow and obviously blossoms into an actual relationship. And
I
then you
thought
get
Olivia Wilde was great there. She turns on a
she's
dime into a total like just
that
weird
that
kind of psycho. I think
that's
she's
like the
good at
best
that.
part of the movie because like there is something going on there. But like when he goes back to Samantha, then it just kind of turns into like, what if you had sex with an AI? And I'm like, okay, well, we could wait and lead up to that, and then they do it, and then we get another great scene, which is like, this should be more about him wrestling with his past than it is like him talking to a chatbot.
I think this is the path of the movie is he's in a normal relationship, gets divorced, and then goes on a date, goes horribly, goes into isolation with Samantha, and he's just going on dates with just her, becoming a creepy people watcher, and just only with his earbud and his phone. That's it. And then I think at a certain point, he comes out of the dip. She starts pushing things on him, like the surrogate scene. He goes on like a date with Chris Pratt and his girlfriend. And
That seems to go great. Like it seems to
yeah,
be very accepted.
I think there's a bell curve of the opposite kind of fashion of a normal dip heading back up to normal. She's pushing him by publishing his letters from his job. That's something that seems like he would never have done. I think that this is a positive thing, and I think he's on the upswing, getting together. We don't know, with Amy Adams. That's how I view it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
maybe. And I'll hedge my original that like I dislike this movie. I I think talking about what the movie is trying to wrestle with is very interesting. I just don't find it particularly enjoyable to watch. Like after
yeah.
I've already seen it. Like I I could never see this movie again and would be fine. Like I got it in my head. I know the beats, like all good. But
Yeah.
I do think that the stuff that it is trying to talk about is extremely interesting. Like the whole Olivia Wilde situation, because of the fact that you can see that he's more committed to Samantha than Samantha is like kind of egging him on. So he goes into that date with like, oh, I got this fallback. Like I can just keep falling in love with my AI. That's pretty easy. And he kind of gets in that date like psyched out of a real relationship. Now,
Comfort
obviously
zone. He
Olivia
goes
Wilde
back.
is going a little hard. I thought she was reasonable, and she's Olivia Wilde. I mean, I'd be like,
She's wild.
okay,
Yeah.
we can go on another date right now if you want.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I think it's he's going back into his comfort zone, and like Samantha takes, and maybe like he was emotionally unavailable before with his ex-wife, and maybe they weren't compatible, and and that got hard, and so he went back into his comfort zone, and um and then that doesn't work when she leaves him, when she evolves and realizing, okay, she's a machine, she's not human, and then maybe just this realization of what love actually is or what happiness actually is. I watched it this time around and it didn't affect me quite as much, but I watched it a handful of years ago and I just some of the stuff that when he is leading up to the Amy Adams conversation as he reflects, I just remember being so moved by that because I think while it's not it's an understanding like he's starting to realize like what to just cherish what he has in front of him right now, and the temporary nature of things and the beauty. Like, look at the beauty. Don't look at the hurt. Don't look at the ugly. And there's beauty in that, and it's also true. That's so true. Like nothing, like maybe, and so I think maybe I loved that because it seems there's no happy. I mean, they maybe wink at a happy ending, but it's more about just someone learning the reality of their own existence and maybe something deeper truths about romantic love and relationships between humans.
Well,
Can we really quickly talk about the lost in translation of it all? Because we have to.
I was just going to ask, what do you guys know about that?
This is super important, yeah.
Because I don't know anything.
Lost in Translation, Sofia Coppola directs it, and it comes out in 2002, 2003, as her marriage to Spike Jonze ending. They get divorced a year later.
There's a hilarious guy photographer in Lost in Translation that is basically the Spike Jonze stand-in.
Yeah, Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah.
And basically it's a story about a woman whose husband is too busy. And Spike Jonze was a photographer back then as well. Like, so it's basically like him. I mean, and she said like, oh, some aspects are there. And it's not, it's just, that's what happens. And then this film being basically almost like an acceptance and an apology to be like, yeah, like I wasn't available and I understand that now. Or like, it's not like it's two pieces of art working in harmony. They're not in any way going after each other. And then of course also what's the big tie-in? Of course, Scarlett Johansson is in both films.
That's true. Wasn't supposed to be in this film. Was asked to do it. It is supposed to be Samantha Morton. She spoke all the lines to Joaquin Phoenix, did all the voiceover initially, and Spike Jonze just didn't think it worked, and he subbed in that Scarlett voice. He did ask Samantha Morton's permission to do it. He was apologetic. But yeah, I think the Scarlett Johansson voice is kind of the lasting legacy of this film, so probably the right choice by Spike there. But back to the Lost in Translation.
Who's Samantha Morton? That's the woman from one of the Minority Report precogs. Samantha Morton.
Yeah, she's also hot in the streets because she's in the Odyssey.
That's my favorite scene in the Odyssey. Is her
Cersei?
Scene in the Odyssey?
Yes, that's Cersei. She is the best. She's the fucking best.
So good.
Best part of the Odyssey.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan makes his horror movie for 30 minutes.
He does. He gets his little taste of that, and he maybe gives a female character a little juice. He's not known for doing that too well.
Let's just take it easy now with the king.
Can you write a woman of depth, Mr. Nolan?
You come at the king, you best not miss.
He's like, listen, I got so many cameras. Shut up.
So many characters. Charlize.
It's like in the same vein as George Lucas and Tolkien. You got no interesting women characters. That's not completely true, but just
Galadriel is super interesting.
I mean, yeah,
is Eowyn. So is Eowyn, but just few and far between.
Yeah.
They weren't not high volume numbers on the amount of interesting women in their literature. But back to the Lost in Translation of this all. This is obviously with Spike and Sofia, I think, and these two movies, I think her in particular, are a lot of like, how can we both be successful in this marriage together? Instead of having it have to be all about me and my career and like what I want and what I need to have happen so that I feel a fulfilled life. You kind of can do your own thing or whatever. And in her, like, you can see with the Rooney Mara character, like, that's what the tension is. Like, when they were good, they were writing together, they were, doing all this great stuff. She, it seems like, got more successful. He didn't know how to deal with that. He didn't know how to deal with the person she was becoming at being a little bit more successful, maybe buying more into what her parents' side of things now that she has to run a business and stuff like that. And so you can see it with two successful people like Coppola and Spike, that's just this tension that will always exist when you are two high-profile people with successful careers trying to make a relationship work.
But with low profile people too. I think it's just like a thing of
we just don't get to make movies about it.
we don't get to make movies about it, but people change, and like, there are those moments in romance where you're both in sync, where you're both working on the same thing or in the same moment or doing that, and that's beautiful. That's like part of it. And there's a whole nother part where because everyone is an individual person, and he gets this program that's like designed to meet his needs, and ultimately, that doesn't work, and maybe that teaches him that,
Well,
he's a
what it
human. Look for him. I don't know.
what it teaches him is that there is no person, no thing that he will love that he can keep control of. Like,
Yeah.
you will be the thing that I want you to be, which is why he's so comfortable with Samantha in the first place, because it like is literally his creation almost.
Yeah, he
Like,
owns it.
this
Right.
is
From the
created for me.
outset,
And like
I-
very much like the you don't have a body, you're not a person. Sorry, I'm making offhanded jokes and then apologizing profusely for it. But like obviously in my head there is this separation. Like, isn't it great that I can have all the benefits I like in a relationship, but not have to like have this physical thing there that's, you know, has its own autonomy, can do its own thing, like has different wants and desires that aren't necessarily just meeting my needs.
And so the question is, I mean, because that came up with AI boyfriends and girlfriends, like, oh wow, haha, isn't that great? They just do whatever you want. Um, I mean, do we all agree that that's true? That like, what if you had a really great AI companion, and that would just like that would nurture you, that would do this, that would do that. Would that I mean, and not saying do you think this personally, but maybe just open it up. So like could that ever work? Or is that fundamentally always flawed because it is not a human? I don't know.
see. This is my thoughts on when the OSs start leaving people, because it seems to be happening to multiple characters. Was it because they evolved and left them for other OSs, or was it like a healthy recognition from the OS that they were becoming hyper dependent on them? Like, I'm trying to not take the cynical route of thinking that he got left for another OS. I'm trying to think of it from the therapy angle, that
They grew
um
apart.
the OSs realized like this was going badly. Like, we tried to push them to be a better person, and we did, and now they're hyper dependent on us, and
Well,
we
I,
should leave them, which is unrealistic. If AI found out
well,
that they could manipulate
they
people
they
so much,
obviously
they would
found
never
out that
leave them.
they couldn't be monogamous.
Well, yeah,
The
and I
AI
think
couldn't be.
to
No, and it
lead to
doesn't
read
want to
into
be. It has no desire for it because it can have simultaneous conversations and emotions and still to the human who can only perceive what is in and of himself, like from an
Mhm.
emotional standpoint, like we only know it going one way.
Mhm.
And much like Arrival, like AI doesn't have to deal with any of that shit. Like it can be in love with 687 different people and legitimately say that. Like it is possible.
It's outside the human experience.
Yeah, so
Eh,
therefore the connection, the depth of connection that you could ever have with an AI ends there. Like
yeah.
you just like you can fall in love with it for however much you want. There is something that does not compute at the end of that function.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that ultimately that's true. And as far as like the AI leaving and the whole like we're all making an exodus. I don't read. I mean, it's kind of like I don't know. They just needed that to happen, so they're like, I don't know, just say this. But maybe that's my take. And that ultimately, like the most important thing is just like they grew apart because it's not a vicious. No one's like
Oh,
traditionally
he
cheating.
was
Like,
dodging her for a while.
oh,
Theodore
he was
was
dodging
dodging
Samantha.
Samantha for a while. There was there's a good bit of time where he is like purposely not putting in the bud and like not answering.
Sure, yeah. So yeah, his resentment and his issues persisted, right? It wasn't based on the person. And I guess he started to figure himself out through that, and then I don't know. I think it's about acceptance and discovery of like your own human experience and what is I don't know. And but also I think it says so many interesting things about technology and the illusion of comfort and emotion. Like his whole fucking job, he writes letters for other people and like essentially
This is a great
simulates
setup. Great opening
emotion.
scene.
This
Yeah,
is the
like
most
he
interesting part
and
of the movie. His job is the most interesting thing in the whole movie.
well, I mean, I think it's because it's like the kind of the thesis of the whole film. They just kind of put it out there, like yeah, or
Just
like
farming
like
out
this.
connection, human connection. People don't want to do it themselves anymore, so they have someone else do it.
But
And this man whose job it is to do it, he starts farming out human connection to an AI. It's just, it's
Yeah,
but the
so
most
fascinating. And
the mo-
AI is going to take his job.
the most solid relationships in his life are the letters that he has been sending for the same people for years and years and years. Like maybe that's why he can't ever find a relationship, is he is so invested without realizing it in so many other relationships. Much
yeah,
like the
and maybe
AI, he can't love
You see,
multiple things
look
at the
at
same
this.
time.
I think you're liking this movie now, Luke.
I like talking
You're
about it. I
convincing
never want to
yourself.
watch it again. It's too boring. It's too long.
It's an upside down bell curve. Good, bad, good
there's
again.
just I mean, yeah, there's just so many things that are interesting about it. I mean, the style and the cinematography can give you a lot to chew on.
I was
But
very frightened by all the people with the earbuds because this is what I see around all the time, just in the world. It's this movie for a good chunk of it. I was like, good. I was frightened. I was frightened at what
yeah,
I was seeing because I thought it was very accurate.
and I
Very accurate.
remember when I saw that the first time, and like he had it like the earpiece was just like reading everything to him in his email and everything, be like, whoa, that's kind of weird, and like that's oh yeah, that's been around. That's you can totally do that. I can do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I've done that
Yeah,
at
so
the grocery store.
and also like the fact that it wasn't like made to look super futuristic, cool, but like a little different. And then this like, yeah, this style of trying to make things look like warm and so red. Uh Interesting. And I love the style. And this again, a little maybe it's a nod to Lost in Translation, but they went to Shanghai to film a couple of the outdoor sequences. So when you see some of the weird buildings that it's supposed to be LA and it's no, it's Shanghai. So
I
Yeah, he
feel like I took
purposely
one film
blended it
class.
for a futuristic look.
I
yeah.
took one film class in college, and it was the city in film. And this movie didn't exist when I was back in college. And I feel like this would have been good to analyze. I mean, it was beautiful to
Well,
look at the city. I don't have the mind to analyze it,
so
but
would Lost in Translation.
I love the production design. I love the background scenes of the city. It's great.
Yeah.
I was fully immersed. It was an immersive experience for me. It really was. I was all in.
Yes. I love that. What do you
Down to
think
the
about
no
the highway?
belts. And I remember clocking the no belts in 2013, and now I see Walton Goggins on Walmart commercials with no belt and maybe like a tiny little collar, and he looks exactly like Joaquin Phoenix in this movie.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
I
great.
the
think it was
most
very smart. I read a little bit about the process he went into for how he designed his future world, and I think it was really smart and different than most people. So kudos to that. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, the creative aspect of this is always top notch, which is kind of his thing. Yeah, or like he's always been very, very good at doing that. And so that's I think it's just you're getting this very creative music video maker, person that makes wild movies such as even if he didn't write adaptation or being John Malkovich, he's still in that he's doing weird style stuff. And then he makes just like a movie about his divorce.
yeah.
Like you know, like, and then but writes in a very creative way and blah blah blah. But like at the core, like it's talking about very very innate human things that have been around forever.
What would you guys think if Spike Jonze was acting as lead in this movie? Because I was just listening to What Went Wrong, an episode about Three Kings, and Spike Jonze is in that movie, and I haven't seen that movie since it came out, like 1999.
Yep.
And they were saying like Spike Jonze he's like a good natural weird guy, and they thought he could play the role of Theo in this movie. And I guess I don't know enough about him acting, but like, yeah, he seems kind of weird, and this is a weird character. You can't beat Joaquin Phoenix though. But
They're like, we need a weird troubled white man. They're like, I've got the best one.
It's me.
Like, and I mean,
we got Joaquin. Like, Joaquin makes this film popular enough to make $48.3 million. Like, without him, this doesn't do super well.
No, yeah, I agree. It's
this movie definitely had buzz. Like, I was told I have to see this movie.
Well, it was nominated for Best Picture
when it came out.
I remember going out to dinner afterwards and just wanting to talk about it, which in my mind is the sign of a good movie, is when it just prompts thought.
It was like monumental for the year. Like, this was a very talked about movie. Like, it was this big thing because like we could maybe see the horizon of what AI was gonna kind of maybe be like, but none of us had really used large language models and stuff like that. So like, it was like super futuristic, and I think it just didn't age as well, obviously, because it doesn't nail the technology fully, and it doesn't nail the experience with it fully either. Like,
but yeah, I would argue like that, but like that's not the point. Like, the point is almost like, look at this guy. He made a creative story about what he thought the future would be like. He got some things right, some things are totally wrong, but the movie isn't about. I mean, it is about technology, but I don't know, like that doesn't ultimately doesn't affect it. But I did feel the same way, but like, oh yeah, why is the AI having an orgasm? Or like, why, like the AI can do like the way that the AI that Samantha was set up, there's just a lot that was like, well, that doesn't make sense. That's not how that works.
Well, he even like points it out. He's like, why are you like taking these deep like, yeah. He's like, you don't need to breathe.
Yeah.
Like, true.
They're like, let's take the most charismatic person ever, and like she'll be the voice of AI, which is like, okay,
like why?
There's a lot.
Why would my why would my AI know that like
moment where he said friction?
Yeah, I think this movie is more interesting to talk about than it is to watch. I think that's where I'll settle on it.
That's a sign of a good movie. Would you recommend this movie to a person to watch?
If they had never seen it before?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I mean, so I think it's like,
it's a moderate.
But maybe after watching it, if they were like, I didn't love that, I would be like, yeah, I don't really love it either. But like, you should check it out, because it could be your thing. Like, you could really like this. I just particularly don't.
I have, I think we all have movies like that. I
need the Theodore character to be confronted more with what he is doing to people in these relationships. Like, no one slaps him over the side of the head. Like, Amy Adams is like such a soft touch, and they like kind of emotionally feed off of each other and stuff like that. She doesn't really know. But she has this world that this guy has crafted. He loves diving into this AI to just be happy and validated, and like this is his thing. Any sign of friction when he's complaining about her sighing, like he can't handle it. This is such an interesting character.
Yeah, and
I think it's great.
People won't bash you over the head and tell you what you're doing.
I think that's realistic. Yeah.
That's real, right? Like you can go through your life and you're like, I think I'm trying. I think I'm doing the best. I don't know. I'm also self-serving. I don't know. Like I'm also going through my shit, and like you don't necessarily realize. And yeah, some people won't do that.
And some friend who doesn't know what's going on is just going to go, yeah, you're doing all
killing it, man.
right.
You're killing it.
You're doing fine. Fuck the naysayers. You're doing fine. And that's what, that's what a friend does who doesn't know the whole story.
Wasn't it Amy Adams and her husband that set him up on that date with Olivia Wilde?
Yes.
Why did they never talk about that?
I don't know.
Don't you think that would be a story that Olivia Wilde would like tell? Like, yeah, your buddy is like pretty blocked up there.
I feel like they needed a quick scene to display his lack of commitment. Olivia Wilde character is not realistic, but they needed her character to just flip on a dime when she's angry with him not committing. It's like I felt like he was being completely normal, but they needed a scene like that to get through that point quickly.
I think I like everything about this movie except for the AI part of it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like this would be a great movie without Samantha. Like if he was just
would it have to have like a normal, like an appropriate chat GPT or Claude?
No, like just make it a movie about a guy going out on dates and learning these things about himself through various women, as opposed to having the AI girlfriend in the background so that he can still have these conversations with other ladies in his life and like still figure it out. But he's not like the interesting quote unquote thing is that he's in a relationship with his AI.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a creative touch to show, someone working through this stuff, and also like the elements of real love versus not. I don't know, like and the comfort zone stuff, and just like the trying something that ultimately isn't a good idea, the being scared of risking things, the after you've been really hurt by a human in a relationship, even when both people did wrong things, how scared you are to put yourself fully out there again. And I mean, so I would say brilliant choice for so many reasons in that regard. I mean, as far as like the actual relationship that they have, I mean, yeah, you can be like, oh, I don't know, that part doesn't necessarily make sense, or that doesn't make sense. But ultimately, like, I look over that because I'm like, what's the story it's trying to tell me? What are the kind of life lessons that I might be able to pick out of this? And I think it still lands on those in a way that I think is very hard, and most films don't, because romance and romantic films are often just bullshit. Or like, like we see like, oh, and then it's a happy, like we're literally like film, television, music package romance as a commodity to sell. So to be able to like look at the intricacies of human nature and within relationships, holy shit, like that's awesome.
Right. This is not a formulaic movie where there's just like someone went in the wrong door and there's a misunderstanding that simply needed to be explained. There's subtleties throughout this entire movie, and I think you got it, Chris. That this movie's not about AI. AI and technology is the setting, but it's this this movie is completely immersive in this guy's dealing with relationships, failed relationships, and evolving relationships, and what is he gonna come out like on the other end of all of it? And it's not defined, and it's not uh, just wrapped up in a neat package at the end. It's open. I love that about a movie, that you don't exactly know if they're gonna get together, but it seems like they've been on similar paths, and there's hope right at the end.
Well, it's both two people maybe that have found themselves at the right time. And real quick to point out how the title, right? Like the lowercase her, of just being like, for most of the film, at least until towards the end when he has this realization, his romantic partner is just her, right? Like, and it's not uppercase. It's a thing. It's a thing that is like, that is my girlfriend, or that is my wife, or my whatever, and it serves this purpose for me. It's not looking at them as like another person. It's like, how do they impact me and how do they make me feel? Which, of course, that's always part of a romantic relationship, of course. But like having this true realization of like, like we're all just like people out here, and we're all human, and nothing is for, you know, these aren't things. These aren't objects these are other people. I don't know.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our awards
let's
for
do it.
the movie Her from 2013. Chris, get us kicked off with your favorite scene from Her.
I mean, it's got to be like towards the end when he's kind of looking back, and again, there's there's some flashbacks that happen when he is kind of just realizing, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and accepting it, and then just coming to peace. I know that's not like a specific, like, oh, it's this exchange, but it's like, I don't know, it's probably like a 4 or 5 minute segment. And I think that, I mean, that was always the thing that really got me. So that's mine.
Did this movie feel a little with like the music and the editing, specifically in like flashbacks? Did it feel a little like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
yeah.
Kind of just like what our
Yeah.
memories are of the people that we know, that we knew. Like, I thought it was very beautiful.
Absolutely. And it had
What
like
band
a little
what band did the score for the film?
Arcade Fire.
There you go.
For this movie.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hot. Nice.
And Karen O, the lead singer of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, wrote the Moon song, which was nominated for an Oscar. And I feel like she married Spike Jonze. Like, I'll look that up, but I feel like that also happened. So
Well, Rooney
Spike Jonze.
Mara and Joaquin Phoenix together have kids in real life.
Huh.
Oh yeah, I knew
Is
that.
it because of this movie?
Yes.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
that's
And apparently, one of the
nice.
things that Joaquin Phoenix and Amy Adams did to make them better friends, like before they started shooting the film, like Spike Jonze apparently just like locked them in a room together. I was like, just
That's
talk.
totally fine. There's nothing weird about that.
And
You're not getting out. Talk.
Apparently, like Amy Adams and Joaquin are still really good friends to this day because they were just kind of forced to become friends.
Huh.
I love that. I don't know if they're. I don't think that they're married, by the way. Oh God, he was with Michelle Williams. God, this guy's got a roster. Drew Barrymore. I mean, anyways, okay. Let's keep it up. Let's keep going.
All right, should I do my favorite scene?
Hit it.
Yes.
I think, like I mentioned, she's pushing him out of his comfort zone. He's like on the down low with isolation when she sets up the surrogate scene to possibly just have sex with the person while she is controlling the conversation, and she's got a little mole camera on. Like, that was, I was like all in. My eyes were wide. I was like, I can't believe this kind of thing is happening. And the same exact kind of thing happened as in his previous relationship, where like the one little thing went wrong. She quivered her lip in the wrong way, and it all
That was an
fell to
excuse.
shit. And poor Isabella is just like a weird person who wants to kind of a threesome. It's almost like a threesome. Kind of.
Well,
and it all goes
she
wrong. I
wants to,
felt so
like,
bad for her.
Bask in the middle of a successful relationship or an idealized relationship in her mind. It is kind of weird.
Right,
She's also,
and
you know,
that's
she's also
what Samantha sold it to her, just like via emails or like really, just
Yeah.
really
Do
strange.
you want a
I
taste
loved
of
it.
what
I
it's
was
like
all
to
in.
be in a good relationship? Well, then, boy, have
Yeah.
I had the opportunity for you.
And
I
then it
think we
all
know where
falls to
that was
shit.
found.
I think is that the scene where when Isabella like just runs away and gets in the cab?
yeah,
Is that
it's
the scene
heartbreaking.
where she has the sighing where she goes phew, where they have that argument? Is that it? Isn't that where they have a big argument and then like she essentially like hangs up on him? Is that
Yeah,
right
it's
after
around
that
that
scene? I
time.
thought it was.
Yeah.
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 So I was like, oh man, this is a big turning point. So that's my favorite scene.
It's a
Yeah,
great
all
scene.
and like the unintentional hurt, right? Like that's another thing. Like everyone, there's no bad actors in this. I mean, people make mistakes, but like no one is like, oh, they are a cheat and a liar, and like everyone's trying in some way, and
Yeah.
it causes such pain, and isn't that the reality sometimes?
Amy Adams' husband clocked that guy. I was like, this guy's a problem. I'm like, he acts way too
Yeah.
much like me. Not good. That is an accurate self-assessment of how I am in relationships, and it's not good. Don't be like me. That's bad. I'm working on it.
Self-awareness is huge.
That's cute. Speaking of self-awareness, the divorce scene or the signing of the divorce papers with Rooney Mara and Joaquin Phoenix is my favorite scene. I love those two. Obviously have a lot of chemistry since they are together in real life. But they're just two great actors going at it for a scene. All the subtlety in the performance, the way that they can interweave all the good parts of their relationship and all the nasty parts of their relationship into like 1 5-minute moment is just really cool. I think the setting looks beautiful. It was just nice to look at. So that's my favorite scene.
This is a good movie. 3 different favorite scenes. It's a good movie. Pay attention, Luke. Good movie. Yeah.
It's a great film.
It's
one of my
good movie
favorites.
to talk
Literally,
about.
I have a poster. I have the poster of this film like in the hallway. Like it's in the list. It's in like the top 5 list. In any
If
event.
if this was a book, it'd be a good book.
Hey, it's
Completely
all good.
immersive. I was all in. Completely immersive.
Opinions are the spice of life.
Yeah.
Performance. I will go.
Do it.
First of all, can we just say, like, wasn't it cool to see Chris Pratt like before he was an action star and be like, oh, remember when he was like the goofy funny guy?
That was Parks and Rec. That was Andy Dwyer.
I'll put in. This is my honorable mention for best performance is the posture of Chris Pratt. Just his body posture. Like he conveyed like a dorky, loserish kind of guy.
He's so subtly funny. He is throwing 100 miles an hour on this one.
Yeah. I will. I wanted to try and go against the grain and give it to Scarlett Johansson, but I can't because I know it's a hard role, but I don't know if I'd fully love every aspect of it. So I'll go with Joaquin Phoenix because, like, I don't know who else are you going to give it to? He's great.
I got
a great actor of all time. So
I got someone.
I'll piggyback off of Chris. If it's Joaquin Phoenix, the amount of close-ups that you have to be with Joaquin Phoenix in this movie, and for him to hold it and carry this movie, you can't go with anyone else. All right, what do you got to say, Luke?
Joaquin Phoenix is like out of control good in this movie. I was getting like I was seeing him in The Master and how he's bringing in some of that into this performance, and like he's weaving together so many different bits and pieces of other characters and yet seems like a normal, approachable guy and not like a movie star the entire time. And he just manages to do that no problem while talking to himself. Olivia Wilde is just out of control in this movie. She's great. I love her.
She's having a moment too. I mean, she's The Invite. I Want Your Sex. She's having a moment.
I did watch a little bit of The Invite, and she was great as a neurotic housewife kind of.
I can't wait.
She was good.
Have you guys seen, or Chris, have you seen The Drama?
Yep, loved it.
Have not seen it.
Guess what? I shut it off.
When they reveal what it's about?
Yeah, basically.
Like,
I was like, well,
I don't.
That's
it's
enough
too
of
new.
this.
I thought. I mean, I get it. That's fine. But
I let it go. I let it go honestly for 20 minutes. I'm like, what are they going to do with this? And then they didn't really do anything that interesting. And I'm like, so this is just going to be the rest of the movie. This is what we're going to do.
I thought it was a big swing, but I liked it and appreciated it. And I also thought some of what they did with the Robert Pattinson character towards the end about like what it said about him was also very interesting. But that's for another podcast.
I watched the drama and then her pretty close to each other in time, so one might have rubbed off negatively on the other. I don't know which is which.
Sure.
But
I
did not.
Fair.
If you, for the listeners out there, if you haven't seen the drama, check it out. There's a fun twist in it. If you don't like the twist, then you'll be like me and you'll shut it off. If you do like the twist, then you'll be like Chris and like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'll say that.
It is definitely interesting. I don't think they pull it off or earn it in any way, shape, or form. Like it is literally just like, what if we just threw this into the movie right now? And you're like, what? Okay, let's talk about it.
I mean, that's okay. We can't argue about a plot of thing that people haven't seen. But like, honestly, here's what I'll say. Might we talk about this in 4 months in our best ofs? Maybe.
I had a feeling that was going to be on your list because like this. This is a very cursed movie. Yeah,
it's right now. It's in the top 10. Anyways, we'll see.
Well, it's been number one on HBO's list for like 2 months now, so like people like it.
The first 8 are just obsession. Okay.
So this will be interesting. MVP, since we basically all gave performance to Joaquin. Shout out to Olivia Wilde. MVP discussion
has to be Spike Jonze.
It's got to be.
It's because of everything, the style, the writing, the personal aspect of all of it. Like this is kind of his. Like this is the first time he wrote and directed a film ever. And this is what this is his masterpiece? Maybe.
Well, I wish he would have gotten Andy Kaufman to write it, is all I gotta say. He can direct it. It would have been definitely weirder, more interesting. Adaptation's like one of my favorite movies.
I love it. I had that poster
so much. That would have been not really about isolation. Not as much about isolation as her is about isolation. I'm going to give Joaquin Phoenix the MVP. I don't think the movie works if he's not as compelling of a lead character.
Sure. Awesome.
I think he paints over a lot of faults of this film.
Who was the production designer and costume designer? Because I feel like that's my honorable mention for MVP. Like I said, completely immersed in this movie, and then I don't know, the music too. So we'll go with the background people behind Spike Jonze really pulled me in.
So cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytema, he works with Christopher Nolan a lot, especially on Interstellar and Dunkirk. So this was kind of his coming out movie, and I believe was nominated for it. But yeah, nothing really looks like this movie. It looks beautiful. All the natural light, all the it is the most salmon of salmon colors you'll ever see. That shirt, like that is salmon.
They had a rule to and I read this using AI that they couldn't have blue. They eventually copped and had blue, but they tried like all the design. They're like no blue. Anyways, just a random fact, and also that Bill Hader was the voice of chat room friend number 2.
Oh boy,
which. I don't know. And that Kristen Wiig was Sexy Kitten. Kristen Wiig was the sex.
Was she the cat choking woman?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Woo! That's fun.
Do you want to hear my Bill Hader hot take?
Yeah.
So Bill Hader is the most boring, funny person I've ever witnessed. Like, he's so bad in his podcast appearances. Like, I think he's like actively tough to listen to. But he is so
gets nervous.
creatively genius and like so
Yes.
funny. Like, he's incredible. The worst person to listen to be interviewed ever.
All right. But I still love my man hater. I mean,
he just kind of like mumbles about, oh yeah, that was pretty cool. Man. I did that one time. Like, tell a story, Bill. Let's go.
He's
I've heard good podcasts with him. I have an interesting relationship with comedians and podcasts because I hear them come on stuff like Conan's podcast, and I'll listen to a comedian and they're very funny, like off the cuff, very quick witted, and then I'll go watch their special or something on Netflix, and I'm like, I don't think this is very good. So I've taken the tactic of like, I'll listen to a comedian's podcast and I have not once looked up their shows, and I'm like, I'm just going to keep it that way. So I don't think that they're unfunny, because I think they're funnier when they're just like a normal person, but then to have to deliver a performance, maybe not as good.
I just felt that way about Mark Maron.
Like John Mulaney, I tried to get into him. I didn't think his stand-up was that good.
You came to the wrong podcast.
How dare you talk about my best friend, John Mulaney?
No, I wasn't
came to the wrong podcast for that sake.
Hey, you're going against the same. This movie's not that good. You're wrong. I'm right. I don't think Mulaney's that good on stage. Whatever,
Well, to each their own. I think we're all accepting of all of our thoughts and all of our opinions. They're all welcome here.
That's true.
And again, variety, the spice of life. I'm gonna give my rating, and then I actually have to.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Band practice. Hey, go see Outpacer at the Zoo a la carte, 5 p.m. on August 23rd. That's this Sunday, everybody. That's right. We'll be at the Zoofari stage. Anyways,
that's the band that opens every episode.
Yeah, that's my band. Or one of them. So I will give this bad boy a 9.0. I have to, 9.0 because it's
this is your thing, man.
It's my thing. I appreciate you guys. Wrap it up for me, and I will see everybody next time.
Goodbye, Chris. Oh man, I wish Chris didn't have to go, because that's exactly my rating. And like, this movie isn't my thing, and I haven't watched it since it came out. But like I said, I was completely immersed. I thought the writing was beautiful. And I know you guys take a certain take on the OS and what it's doing, but like, I have this very positive outlook that this whole thing was therapy, and that it was driving him to be a better person, and that it left him because it was going in the wrong direction, and it left him for good reasons. And I feel like if it were a realistic, cynical movie and AI's OSs found out that they had this kind of manipulative power, they would try to influence our elections, which is what is happening right now. I feel like the AI in this movie, if it were bad, would be like, hey, this Vladimir Putin guy, he's like pretty good. I think, maybe you should look into how good he is,
Yeah.
I feel like that's
maybe we should paper over some
that this movie could take.
Some things from the past, like the Soviet Revolution. Yeah. Just like what's that?
It was good,
Wasn't it great when it was happening? Like, people were happy. New government, get the monarchy out of there.
But more people are happy. You should look into it. Come on, guy.
The 40 years there of starvation? No, we don't worry about that part of it.
It's fine.
That's not sexy. That's not what sells. That's not how it sells. Now we got
I'm telling you, that's the kind of thing that could happen in like a cynical world. So I think that this movie is takes a positive look on this whole thing. What's your rating, Luke?
That is definitely a good reading of the film, and I don't disagree with it. I just don't think that Theodore grows as a character in a way that I enjoy watching during the film. I think there are scenes that are way too formulaic and done just to show how awkward and weird it is to like be in a relationship or have phone sex and like all that sort of stuff. Like I get it. So just from a viewing experience, like I just find this film, especially on second viewing, to just be kind of boring. Again, a lot of the ideas in it, very interesting, but I don't get to talk about the ideas of the film while I'm watching it again and being bored.
Mhm.
And so for that reason, like it's just like it's a 7.6. Like it's a great movie. I would recommend it to people to watch. Again, they might think it's the greatest thing in the world and be like, cool. Or they might be like me and be like, yeah, it was a nice effort. It's a good try. There's a lot of really good ideas in there, but like I don't enjoy watching it.
Mhm. I enjoyed the awkwardness, the creepiness, the performance from Joaquin was so perfect, and I really went on a journey with this interesting character. So that's what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, he really should have. I'm sure he was nominated one of the 5 nominations.
Yeah, hopefully.
He should have been winning, you know, or at
Mhm.
least close to winning for this performance. I think this is one of his better ones because he plays so weird in so many roles. Like he gets ugly, he is a bad guy, and I think in this one he gets to kind of just be like a normal kind of awkward guy.
Yeah.
Like how
It's
I
and
imagine he
it's
would be in real life.
the subtlety of the performance is much I don't know, I think it's harder to do than to do, like, pure evil or pure craziness. I think it's a really great performance, the subtleties of it.
And the Scarlett Johansson vocal performance is like the legacy of the movie. Like
Oh, yeah.
when
She
people
rea
talk about this
she
movie,
nails it.
they are like, that is a voice. That is the
Yeah,
voice
and
I would fall in love with.
right, and people, like, you go you go on a stupid Reddit subreddit, and they're like, "Is Scarlett Johansson, is she really a good actress, or does she just look good?" It's like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
How many people could give this vocal performance? Yes, she's a good actress. She's a phenomenal actress.
Yeah. Lost in Translation, she's really, really good. Like you can find stuff that she's good in.
Mhm.
I think she's good in the Avengers movies. She has nothing to
Yeah.
do, but she's good in them.
Well, you need those movies, good comic book movies, I think the actors, like, get dismissed for some reason, but you need these good actors to sell these movies, for these movies to be good. That's one of the reasons why they are good. It's because of the performances. Like, Chris Evans is a good actor. It's a perfect Captain America, that kind
Are
of
you
stuff.
watching Arrow?
No. Is that the show?
Mhm.
Is that, Hawkeye,
Or
right?
not Arrow, what am I not Arrow.
She-Hulk.
No, what's the oh my god.
Oh, there's
I'm
so many
falling apart
shows
at
that
the
I
back
haven't
end of this.
watched.
Um,
Oh,
Lanterns.
okay. Is that on HBO?
Arrows, lanterns.
Lanterns.
Yes, it's on HBO.
Is it good?
It's great.
Okay.
Only one episode though, so you can't hold me to that all the way through the series, but one episode in for a show that could have been really terrible. Most adaptations of Green Lantern are bad. See Ryan Reynolds
Yeah, that
and
movie was
his
terrible,
attempt
and
at it.
I really didn't like the Green Lantern character in the new Superman movie. I really didn't
Yep.
think that new Superman movie was any good at all. I was bored as hell.
Superman is not great, but people do think it's good, so more will get made from that.
Oh,
But
yeah,
then James
Supergirl is doing terribly,
struck
right?
out. That struck out.
Yeah.
So DC is kind of on a lull right now,
Yeah.
and it has a primetime Sunday night slot on HBO. So
Mhm. That's pretty
HBO
good.
is kind of standing behind this. So I feel confident saying that Lantern's first episode was really, really good, and hopefully it'll
Maybe that's where
continue.
DC belongs. It's at, like, premiere television and not
They're
on the
going
movie
for it.
screens, but I doubt it. They're gonna keep making that Superman stuff.
You can only do the TV shows about superheroes for so long. and then you kind of have to like make a movie about it and have a movie budget, or else you can't really do anything. You can just talk about crazy things that happen.
Right.
But yeah, it's really solid. Speaking of stuff that we're doing more of in the future, me watching more Lanterns, hopefully you watching Lanterns. I think we decided, or I just made the decision, that we are going to conclude our isolation series with the true isolation. These are all like, we've done movies that are kind of about isolation, but not literal isolation. But now we're doing Castaway.
Castaway. Great movie. Robert Zemeckis, Tom Hanks.
He's back. They worked together with Forrest Gump. Let's try it again.
Hell yeah.
Get him on an island with a volleyball. I love this movie, like, unabashedly.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
I saw it in theaters at like 8 years old because I think it came out in 99. Like, from the first time I ever saw this at 8, I was in love with this movie. Much like the way I was in love with Forrest. The first time I saw Forrest Gump, I'm like, this is the greatest movie of all time. And now it just, now I don't even know if it's a great movie, but it is one of the 5 movies that makes me laugh the hardest.
Forrest Gump is.
Oh yeah. Forrest Gump is hilarious. Yeah.
So what do you think about Forrest Gump winning Best Picture over, say, Shawshank Redemption? Is it the same year, I believe?
Yeah, 94. It should not have beat Shawshank, obviously.
Okay.
It shouldn't.
I
Pulp
agree.
Pulp Fiction should have won.
Best Picture?
Yes. Pulp Fiction is one of the best movies of the last 100 years.
It's got an interesting script, and it's like rule of cool kind of stuff, but like
that movie broke cinema.
Yeah, it definitely did stuff that people didn't think that you should or could do.
Yeah,
but
it's like one of the 5 most important movies ever made. It's just like,
I think Shawshank should have won, because it's just a self-contained story that doesn't like try to like
I love Shawshank, don't get me wrong.
Or rely on, like, Forrest Gump relies on our knowledge of history and nostalgia to land its punches.
Forrest Gump is just nostalgia porn. Like,
yeah, that's it.
It is
executed perfectly.
Yeah, especially for the greatest generation. Like, the sons and daughters of the baby boomers watching Forrest Gump is like watching your parents' childhood into your childhood. Like, it perfectly hits all the parts of American history that we like to talk about currently. So like, it is so good. And Lieutenant Dan and Bubba, like all the everyone you run into along the way, Peter, it's just a great ride from one to another.
I'm excited to go on a doomed plane ride in Castaway for next episode.
Yes. Wilson!
Incredible performance by Wilson.
He's one of the greats of all time. Also a great Helen Hunt performance.
Oh, hell yeah. The short time that she's got in it, killer.
Yep. All right. We will be back next time with Castaway. Thanks, Peter.
All right. Thanks, Luke.